The rain started as a blessing. For weeks, the land had been dry. Cracked soil, dusty winds, and empty canals had worried the farmers of the small riverside town of Greenford. When dark clouds finally rolled in, people came out of their houses and smiled at the sky. Except the old watchman. Samuel had lived near the river his entire life. Every morning he walked to the embankment and watched the water level against the iron measuring pole hammered into the mud decades ago. That morning, the rain had already been falling all night. Not heavy, just constant. He looked at the pole. Then he looked again. The water had risen far too quickly. He turned and began knocking on doors. "Wake up! Move your valuables higher. Keep vehicles ready. This rain is not normal." Most people thanked him politely. One of them laughed. Liam owned the largest grocery store in town and a newly built house right beside the river road. 2 floors, fresh paint, new furniture, and a warehouse attached to it. He had invested everything into it. He loved the view of the river from his window. "Samuel, uncle, every year you say this." Liam smiled. "It's just rain. The dam upstream controls everything now. Nothing will happen." Samuel's face stayed serious. "The dam is old. The mountains received heavy rain yesterday. Rivers don't send invitations before they enter homes." Liam waved him away. "I have insurance papers and concrete walls. Don't worry." Samuel walked away slowly, but he turned once more. "This river has memory. It returns to places it once owned." By afternoon, the rain grew stronger. Streets filled ankle deep. Children enjoyed splashing in water. Shopkeepers placed sandbags at their entrances. The local authorities announced a mild advisory, but no evacuation order. That was enough for most people to relax. Liam stood at his shop door, watching customers rush in to buy supplies. Business was booming. He was happy. Inside, his brother looked uneasy. "The news says water release from the dam might increase tonight." Liam shook his head. "If it was serious, they would force evacuation. People panic too much." At 8 p.m., the electricity flickered. At 9 p.m., the river began to roar. Not flow, roar. It sounded different. Not like water moving, but like something large approaching from far away. A deep, vibrating thunder that did not belong to the sky. Samuel was already outside in the rain, shouting through the street. "Leave now! Move to the school on the hill! Don't wait!" People stepped out, confused. Some began packing quickly. Liam looked from his balcony toward the river. The water was no longer inside the river. It was level with the road. His smile faded. He rushed downstairs. Water had begun seeping through the warehouse gate. He and his younger brother tried stacking rice sacks to block the entrance. "Just 1 hour," Liam said nervously. "We'll hold it." Then they heard it. A distant, cracking sound, like a mountain splitting. Then came a massive wave of muddy water carrying tree trunks, debris, and broken fencing. The dam upstream had released emergency overflow after heavy pressure. Not a neat flow, a surge. Within seconds, the street became a violent current. The warehouse gate exploded inward. Water rushed in like a charging animal. Shelves collapsed. Flour bags burst into clouds of paste. Oil cans floated and smashed against walls. The force knocked Liam off his feet and slammed him into a counter. His brother screamed from upstairs. "Liam, the stairs!" Water was climbing rapidly inside the house. He fought against the current, grabbing a railing, dragging himself upward. Each step felt like climbing through a waterfall. Outside, cars were already drifting down the street. Samuel and several neighbors were helping people onto tractors and pickup trucks, heading toward the hill school. He saw Liam at the window. "Jump! Leave everything!" Samuel shouted through the storm. Liam looked back. Inside the second floor were his documents, savings, cash, jewelry, inventory records, his life's effort. For a moment, he hesitated. That hesitation cost time. The water smashed through the staircase railing below. The lower floor vanished into brown chaos. The house trembled. Finally, he grabbed his brother and climbed to the roof. The rain lashed sideways. Power lines sparked and snapped into the water. The town was now a moving lake. A rescue boat struggled to approach. Another surge came. A floating wooden beam slammed into the side wall of the house. The already weakened foundation cracked. The entire structure shifted. Liam realized the horrifying truth. The river had not risen to the house. The house had been built in the river's old path. The ground beneath was softening. "Jump to the boat!" rescuers shouted. He helped his brother across first. He made it. He turned to grab one last bag near the roof door, documents he had tried to save. At that exact moment, the rear wall collapsed. The house tilted. The roof slid. Liam lost footing and fell into the violent current below. The flashlight beams searched frantically. The water carried debris, wood, metal, and furniture. For seconds, they saw his hand appear once, then disappear into the darkness. The flood didn't shout. It didn't rage. It simply took. Morning came silent. The rain stopped. Where streets once existed, only mud fields and broken walls remained. Shops destroyed. Vehicles piled together. The grocery store, gone. The house, gone. Only the foundation stones remained. Samuel stood beside the measuring pole. The water had returned to normal level, as if nothing had happened. Liam's brother sat on the hill steps, holding the bag he tried to save, empty except for soaked papers. Everything else was gone. Samuel whispered softly, "Nature always warns first." The lesson spread through the town for years. Floods don't destroy lives in one night. Ignoring small warnings does, slowly, until one day there is no time left to listen.